Right now at 5, tips on how you and others can stay safe during the New Year's celebration. And merry and bright, Winona is keeping the holiday spirit going with its winter light display.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozorowski. Emily is off tonight. Fit to stand trial. That's the finding of a competency evaluation for the man accused of an attempted homicide. 43-year-old Freeman Cole is accused of trying to beat and strangle a woman to death in a storage garage. Cole appeared via Zoom in La Crosse County Court today to hear the findings of his competency exam. The court found that he is competent and therefore fit to stand trial. Neither defense nor prosecution contested the results of that evaluation, so Cole will be back in court next Friday for a preliminary hearing. The UW system president is pushing back against Joe Gau's claims that he was unjustly fired. Wednesday, the UW Board of Regents fired the longtime UWL chancellor for appearing in and producing online pornography with his wife. In an exclusive interview with News 8 Now Thursday, Gau said the board was overreacting and taking a hypocritical stance on free speech. UW President Jay Rothman today saying Gau served at the pleasure of the Board of Regents and wasn't entitled to any termination process. Quote, good judgment requires that there are and must be limits on what is said or done by the individuals entrusted to lead our universities. We expect our chancellors, as the leaders of these great institutions, to be role models for our students, staff, and faculty, as well for the communities we are privileged to serve. Wisconsin Republicans are asking the state Supreme Court to reconsider its ruling that current district maps are unconstitutional. The court, of course, voted 4-3 last week that current Wisconsin districts should be tossed and lawmakers should draw new maps. Lawyers for several Republicans say they can't meet the court's January 12th deadline for new maps. They argue new maps for 2024 would also, quote, disrupt the electoral process. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says new maps have to be in place by March 15th if they're to be used in the 2024 election. According to the National Safety Council, they estimate over 300 people will die on U.S. roads during the New Year's holiday. Local authorities like La Crosse PD and Tri-State Ambulance want you to stay safe. News 8 Now's Michael Germain spoke with one local police officer on some safety tips to keep in mind this holiday season. Good evening, Michael.
Ken, with New Year Eve approaching, first responders say it is important to plan ahead, especially if you plan on having a toast at midnight.
If you're going to go out and consume alcoholic beverages and celebrate the incoming new year that way, please just have that sober ride available.
La Crosse Sergeant Brooke Pataska adds that the La Crosse Police Department plans on having the same amount of patrol cars out compared to any other given week.
We just try to get them out to be mindful of the traffic and be mindful of the larger amounts of people in maybe the business districts, the downtown areas, things like that, just to be more visible as well.
Walking patrol officers will be present in downtown, ensuring the safety of the community.
Also just visible for enforcement. Maybe someone wouldn't do something because they see an officer right there where maybe normally they would.
Pataska says if you have to think to yourself whether or not you're good to drive, you're probably not.
So if you have to try to think about like, hey, how many did I have? Am I okay? Just be safe, get a ride, get someone who is sober who hasn't drank anything.
With an increase of folks getting behind the wheel after a night of drinking, officers tend to see an increase in car crashes.
Again, that's a huge concern for community members, for property, and then of course any passengers or the drivers of vehicles. So again, just another reason just to think before you get in the vehicle.
Callie Hoffmeister, an operations supervisor for Tri-State Ambulance, says most calls they get are due to alcohol consumption.
Most of the calls that we get are for detox that are alcohol related, people who have not partaken in moderation.
Hoffmeister says when they respond to those type of calls, they address them the same as they would any other call.
We do our assessments, we take vital signs, and we treat them appropriately and take them where they need to go.
Now, according to Safe Auto Insurance, there are 71% more crashes on New Year's Eve between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. compared to an average night. Ken, back to you.
All right, Michael Germain live in studio. Thank you, Michael. Well, one of the biggest days of the holiday travel rush is here. Between Americans flying back home after Christmas and others taking off to welcome in the new year, the TSA is expecting to screen more than 2.6 million people at airports nationwide. Today alone, air traffic controllers anticipate handling 43,000 flights. Don't worry, though, the FAA says they are prepared.
We've been through it before. We have a command center in Virginia that really looks at the entire system, where there's potentially weather, where there are delays. We communicate with the airlines and make sure we're running as smoothly as possible.
Now, compared to last year's holiday travel meltdown, the performance of U.S. airlines is significantly improved. Carriers have canceled less than 1% of all flights over the last week, according to figures from FlightAware. AAA had predicted 7.5 million passengers would take flight between December 23rd and Monday, January 1st, the busiest ever at U.S. airports. So if you plan on traveling through the region for the upcoming weekend, let's get what conditions you might be encountering, courtesy of Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Well, we do have some snow on the forecast, another round that's going to be coming, but it won't start off the weekend. The weekend starts off dry tomorrow. But for today, once again, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures, common theme, once again above average, and we're still sitting in the 30s with a beautiful sunset at both locations. Overall, temperatures still mid-30s for most locations, except the upper 20s where the colder spots are, but still well above average. 24-hour temperature change, we did jump up a few degrees just with the sunshine that we had. Most of the areas did about 3 to 4 degrees. We are tracking that cold front up to the north. That will be coming through. Behind it, associated with that is with the snow that we're going to be tracking for tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. But in the meantime, this evening, no problems whatsoever. Really pleasant conditions for the end of December in the upper 20s. Light winds, clear skies for La Crosse. Same story for Eau Claire, getting down to the upper 20s. Calm winds, pleasant, really pleasant conditions as we approach the 1st of January. Coming up later, we'll track out that snow that is going to be coming. Not a lot, but it's still looking good for New Year's Eve night and New Year's Day. No issues to be speaking of, and temperatures still look pretty much seasonable. So, all in all, not too bad, but we do have a little bit of a trouble period we'll track out a bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Campaigning in New Hampshire about 3 weeks before that state's primary, presidential hopeful Nikki Haley telling voters it's time for change. Polls show Haley running second behind former President Donald Trump in the Granite State. Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who's focused his presidential hopes on the state, slammed Haley for saying if elected that she would pardon Trump before any trials for the crimes he's accused of.
She believes in two systems of justice, one for all of us and one for the most powerful.
In nearby Maine, voters may not have the choice of picking Trump after the Secretary of State took his name off the ballot, ruling he had violated the Constitution's 14th Amendment against insurrection. Trump's campaign issued a response promising an appeal and calling the secretary a virulent leftist and hyperpartisan Biden-supporting Democrat. Colorado Supreme Court issued a similar ruling last week, and today California joined Michigan and Minnesota in declining to remove Trump's name from the primary ballot. More challenges have been filed in about a dozen other states. Today, kids at the Sparta Free Library celebrated the Noon Year. This was the 4th annual Noon Year's party, where kids come together to make crafts, eat some snacks, and dance the noon away. The party featured craft tables where kids could make things like crowns and magic wands, as well as a balloon drop room with bubbles and music. News 8 Now talked with the library's Youth Services Coordinator, Cheyenne Putz, who shared why they host this event.
It's just a great way to bring the community together, especially in that time between, holidays and everything. This is kind of a busy week for people, but it's a good time to kind of take a pause with the family, have them hang out here, and just, do different crafts that really have you engaged with your kids and stuff. So, yeah.
She says this is the library's last event of the year, but they will be back open on January 2nd with plenty of events for kids, teens, and adults alike. The holiday spirit is still on full display in Winona. Every year, residents enter into the community's winter display show, getting the chance to shine a light on their festive decorations. So this is the last weekend you'll be able to see all of this year's participants. Winona's Parks and Rec Department started the display show in 2020, looking for a way to connect people during the COVID-19 pandemic. But it's turned into a tradition, and for many that participate, it's all about the community.
It's just seeing how everybody decorates their houses. I mean, some people go way out and they have music and lights, and it's a whole program and a show, and some people just like to put up their lights and blow-ups and have people come look at them. It's just fun and gets you in the spirit.
And this year there's a People's Choice Award, so if you visit the lights, you can vote for your favorite display. The houses will have a sign in the front yards with a QR code so you can vote online. Voting will be open until midnight, January 1st, and the winners will be announced the next day. Just ahead, the new year means new resolutions. We'll take a look at the healthy promises many are making to themselves for 2024 and how experts say you can keep those promises.
While the training is done here on site, you are paired up with a trainer and they will be showing you all the different processes that we do here on site. If you have the desire to grow, we have the tools necessary and the training programs necessary for you to succeed.
Made in America Showplace Cabinetry is the solid foundation for your new kitchen. Styles and features from simple to spectacular. Showplace offers all the modern features you want. The board store designers delight in helping you choose the cabinets, countertops, sink, backsplash flooring, and lighting that make your dream kitchen a reality. Enjoy peace of mind knowing your kitchen will be installed by the board store's carpenters, plumbers, and electrician. Showplace Cabinets and the Board Store, your winning combination. Get started today.
Hey man, thanks for holding my beer.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks guys. I'll be here all night. You see that?
What?
Hey, what's up? Not much.
I'm gonna need another beer. I swear, you're everywhere.
Yeah man, I've been busy.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's taking the gang to the slopes in an available all-wheel drive Pilot, delivering presents in a rugged Passport, or hauling a few toys for yourself in a powerful Ridgeline. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I started in the shipping department. What I like best about Pilgrims is the fact that if you put the time and energy in to the company and yourself, the company will acknowledge that and invest in you as well. Pilgrims is more than a job, it's a career path.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, the countdown is on to the new year, and for many, it is a time to make some goals for 2024. A new survey from Forbes Health finds, no surprise, the top resolution for 2024 is improving physical fitness. Number 2 is improving finances, and number 3, improving mental health. But a psychologist says the way that you phrase those goals can set you up for success. For example, if your aim is to lose weight, break it down. Set a goal of 1 pound a week or find a different metric.
That could mean eating vegetables 4 times a week. Let's say you want to do that for 4 weeks in a row, and then in 1 month you might say, I'm going to reevaluate and increase the challenge.
The average length of time a resolution lasts is 3 months. Just 1% made it a full year. But the act of setting goals is a good one because a promise to yourself can have power. Experts say rewards can also help us follow through on resolutions. So when you set a goal, decide exactly what you'll do to celebrate. It can be a pretty effective source of motivation. With confetti flying, a mini dress rehearsal in Times Square for Sunday's annual New Year's festivities. Under the watchful eye of the New York City Police Department, security will be extra tight as 2024 arrives. Mayor Eric Adams addressed security preparations and concerns while the Big Apple gets ready for the big party.
Our drones, our helicopters, our boats, the full complement of our public safety apparatus will be on display.
Adams says there have been nearly 500 protests in the city since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. And with that heightened tension, they're adding security precautions in Times Square and at New Year's celebrations around the country. Below ground, the Times Square subway station, which is the city's busiest mass transit hub, will also be watched very closely. In addition to law enforcement, the Times Square Alliance says its public safety officers are also certified in anti-terrorism training. Coming up, it was supposed to be a relaxing day at the beach. Some dramatic video from California of a beach day gone very wrong.
And although the weekend starts off dry, we do have another round of light snow that could impact some travel this weekend, but New Year's Eve and day still look good. I'll break down all that and what to expect for the first week of January coming up next on your First Warning Weather Update after the break.
Ashley's New Year's sale is going on now. Right now, shop Hot Buys for every room of your home and shop new collections with 0% interest through January 2029, in-store only. Celebrate and save today, only at Ashley.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. For a limited time only, get an F-150 XLT with 2.9 financing for 66 months plus an extra $1,000, totaling up to $5,250 in total savings.
Look what you made me do.
Are you flirting with
No one will ever
Give me
love
your
you.
password.
This is all your fault.
I swear this will never happen again.
There's no excuse for any type of abuse. Family and Children's Center in Vernon County offers hope and healing from intimate partner violence. If you or someone you know is in danger, call, email, or stop by today.
Don't miss the Carpets to Go odds and ends sale going on now. Take advantage of huge savings in short rolls, remnants, ceramic, LVT, laminate, and vinyl. Plus, get a free 8-pound pad with any short roll pad 50 feet or under. In-stock click-together luxury vinyl plank starts at only $349 a square foot with pad attached. Get 12 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Save big on whatever you want on your floor at Carpets to Go Inventory Odds and Ends sale going on now.
Make the resolution to get better sleep this new year with a new mattress from Ashley with 0% interest through January 2029 on in-store mattress purchases. Get 50% off select Sealy mattresses or 25% off select Ashley sleep mattresses, only at Ashley.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Surf's up in California, but not in a good way for most. High tides and large swells rushed into coastal areas of Ventura, swamping people who were enjoying a day at the beach. At least 8 people were taken to the hospital with injuries. 15-foot waves slammed retaining walls and flooded a seaside hotel. People living in the area say seeing such high waves is a first for them.
The water will go up a little bit on the roads, but I've never seen it break over the wall, and I've never seen wood in the streets like this, so not as much force. This is the first time I've ever seen it happen.
Bit of a shock to the system. Up and down the coast, crews with heavy equipment are trying to build berms on beaches. Some people camping along California's central coast were trapped in their RVs during high tide. And despite being warned to stay out of the water, so far more than a dozen people have been rescued. Parts of the state remain under dangerous high surf alerts today. Waves of up to 20 feet are expected in some areas, with others experiencing much higher surf than usual through New Year's Day. Well, the region got a dusting of snow a couple of days ago, and we might be in store for a little bit more this upcoming weekend. Let's get all the details from Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we definitely have another opportunity for snow here, but for New Year's Eve stats, we're really not going to be looking at any of this extreme stuff that we've had several years ago, many years ago. It's all going to be about average, too. As you can see, we're not going to be too warm, too cold, and we're definitely not going to have the amount of snow that it had in '68 either. So that's the good news. It's going to be fairly quiet, but we do have that snow in the meantime. Look at the big picture-wise, that low that's been responsible for some of the snow is pushed off to the east. There's the big storm that's been sitting off the coast, generating all the swell out there. It's been just riding up the coast and not really going inland much. Overall, we're tracking a cold front that'll be coming down to the north that'll provide the snow, but you'll start off Saturday fairly dry with just increasing cloud cover. We'll start to see a little bit of a snow in the afternoon towards Ladysmith, north of Eau Claire, a few showers, maybe a few flurries as we go towards the afternoon towards La Crosse. Temperatures in the mid-30s, so all in all, even the light snow shouldn't impact any road or issues going on. As we go towards the evening hour, then we'll start seeing the snow begin to expand more across the area. And then overnight, that's when really we're generally going to see a lot of areas of just light snow, occasionally snow showers coming through. Amounts will be light. The winds will start picking up a little bit out of the northwest, maybe up to 10 to 15 miles per hour behind the cold front. And then it'll begin to wrap up as we go towards Sunday morning for areas up to the north, and a few showers lingering maybe into the noon hour, especially further east to go. But the winds will turn around from the north. It will be a little bit breezy at times during Sunday morning or New Year's Eve as we go through it, but everything should be cleaned up there by then. The one thing is the timing of the snow does impact maybe some roads because it is at night. Expect to be maybe up to an inch in most areas, maybe up to a little bit an inch and a half as you go further east. But all in all, there will be some snow on the roads come Saturday night into Sunday morning just because of the timing. I think by the time we get to Sunday noon and beyond, roads will be mainly wet or dry by that time. But once again, something to keep in mind if you got travel for Sunday morning is you might encounter some snow on the road, some snow falling, but it shouldn't be a big deal. Once again, light amounts, generally about an inch or less. And the impacts, too, that we're expecting really are just limited impacts because of that. New Year's Eve, once the snow ends, it should be fine. 20s probably for the evening with kind of clearing skies. And New Year's Day, for most areas, should be in the 30s, about average or a little bit above. So all in all, not bad conditions still. And next week, really, we're tracking maybe another little cold front coming through Tuesday into Wednesday. That might provide a little bit of snow, not a huge event, kind of similar to what we saw, but all in all, it should be fairly quiet as we go throughout most of next week. We're not tracking any big system, and temperatures overall should be a little bit above average. But for tomorrow, 30s, it should be dry, maybe a few flakes of snow around the cross in the late afternoon. Areas to the south probably won't see any of that snow till Saturday night. We'll see mid-30s, increasing clouds up to the north. Whitehall, they might see a few flakes in the afternoon. And then Ladysmith, they'll probably see snow as they go through the afternoon, picking up through the evening hour. Other than that, once we get through that forecast, we have temperatures pretty much a little bit colder than we've had recently, but then throughout the rest of the week, it's fairly quiet and no significant symptoms. So we really can't beat these conditions for New Year's. We just got to get through that snow event.
Right. All right, Greg. Thanks very much. And when we come back, the countdown continues. The test taking place today in Times Square ahead of that world-famous ball drop.
The Board Store Home Improvements family wishes you a Happy New Year. Visit soon to plan your 2024 home improvement project. It's never too early to dream.
It's the final week as we end 2023 with a bang at the King Furniture Total Renovation Sale. We're pulling out all the stops this final week as even more additional markdowns have been taken on thousands of items in stock. We've got to eliminate over $2 million in inventory to make room for our new renovation, like these La-Z-Boy recliners starting at just $2.99, queen mattresses starting at $3.49, reclining sofas starting at an incredible $6.99, and so much more. Do not miss the final week of the King Furniture Total Renovation Sale.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts, offering the quality pet food, supplies, and advice you need for healthy, happy pets. Right now, get a free $20 gift card when you spend $100 on Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food. 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed, $21.99. And save on Blaine's antifreeze and coolant, $10.79 a gallon. Plus, order select pet and animal prescriptions online at blainesrx.com.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Jolivet Family Farms features one of the area's largest selections of frozen seafood, including king crab legs, lobster tail, shrimp, cod, calamari, alligator, salmon fillets, smelt, and frog legs. Choose from our large selection of fresh fruit and vegetables to complete your restaurant-style dinner prepared at home. Your dinner isn't complete without something from the Jolivet Homemade Bakery. Don't forget a bottle of Door County wine to complete your stay-at-home night out at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors in La Crosse.
Stop in now during the Wrap Up the Year sales event to get 0% financing for 72 months on a new 2023 Ram Bighorn. You'll find all of the power you've come to expect from Ram, and the Bighorn will keep you comfortable and connected while you drive. Stop in now because this offer ends January 2nd.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
See the stories you missed or watch them again on our YouTube page. Or find us at news8000.com. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, as 2023 comes to a close, party organizers around the world are making last-minute preparations to ring in the new year. Making sure everything is just right Sunday, organizers practice their confetti tossing in New York's Times Square. Officials have 3,000 pounds of confetti ready to go. Mixed in are tens of thousands of wishes written by individuals that contain resolutions and dreams for the future.
Even my own wish, which is to spend more time with my family in 2024, and of course, just peace on earth. I think more than ever, we just want everyone to get along.
Shortly after the celebration ends, hundreds of city sanitation workers descend on the area to sweep up the colorful aftermath. More than 1 million people are expected to crowd into Times Square on Sunday night. Well, Greg's going to have one more check of your weekend holiday forecast when we come back.
So I come to this country looking for opportunities, and I found out the Pilgrims. The opportunities in here are like infinity. Give Pilgrims an opportunity. It's going to be great, and it's a really, really good place to work.
It's the New Year sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. A sale packed with incredible markdowns on our entire stock. You'll save on the finest selection of quality furniture in southern Minnesota, from Daniels Amish, Smith Brothers, Acronis, and Flex Steel. The New Year sale at Drury's. It's the perfect time to save on quality furniture at affordable prices. Plus, there's even 36-month special financing with a qualifying purchase. Great prices and 36-month special financing. New Year sale at Drury's in Fountain.
Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska is your corporate headquarters for all business or personal travel in the Coulee region. Conveniently located within walking distance of 6 restaurants, retail locations, and 3 grocery stores. We are at the hub of your corporate visit. With hot breakfast served daily, meeting rooms for corporate presentations, and a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have everything you need for your next business trip.
For over 40 years, Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Our hearing connects us with people, and when that bridge is broken, our job is to help people with that hearing loss and reconnect them back with their lives again. We really feel that better hearing is a better life.
Happy holidays from everyone at Better Hearing Center.
My career path, I started as a quality technician and was promoted 3 times in 3 years, and now I'm a quality lead. I encourage others to apply at Pilgrims for the pay, the hours, the benefits, and to be one big loving family.
All right, should be no problems tonight. Overall, clear skies, some increasing clouds late in the night towards tomorrow morning. Lows pretty much still fairly nice in the mid-20s, upper 20s for most locations. Tomorrow the snow will hold off mainly for the afternoon hours, and then Saturday night into Sunday mornings when we could see maybe up to an inch in certain areas. Could be some road issues just because it is at night. Something to keep in mind for Sunday. But then New Year's Eve night and New Year's Day look okay. 30s for the rest of the week. We should be fairly nice. Can't really beat these conditions, really.
Yeah, almost pleasant, other than the trace amounts of snow,
That's
perhaps.
about it. Yeah.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. And thanks for joining us at 5. We'll see you again at 6.